Part 1. Iron Fist. Explanation. At the beginning, a younger Danny Rand is shown traveling with his mother to the Himalayas. They were on the plane when it suddenly crashed due to a mechanical failure. Everyone died in this incident except Danny. He escaped and was saved by two masters who took him to a secret city whose door opened every 18 years. After 18 years, he returns to his hometown and joins his company, Rand Company. Everyone thought Danny was dead, so no one recognized him. He wasn't wearing nice clothes and there were no shoes on his feet. He was thrown out from there because of it, and the guards try to stop him when he again tries to move inside. He uses his kung fu trick that he learned in the last 18 years. He defeated those guards and moves inside the company. He meets his stepbrother and sister there and becomes happy, attempting to make them understand. I escaped in the incident of the plane crash, but they don't believe him. They throw him out while calling the guards, and Danny lives in the park with the homeless people. He was worried, but even then he doesn't become sad and listens to songs on his mobile. The next day, he was practicing his kung fu and a girl considers him a beggar and gives him money. But Danny likes her when he sees her, that's why he wants to talk to her. That Chinese girl was named Colleen, and she was pasting the posters of martial arts class everywhere. He talks to her and says, I am skilled in martial arts and kung fu, so appoint me, I will teach and train everyone very well. With it, your business will be doubled, but she refuses while saying, this is my business, not yours, so don't think about it. After it, his stepfather goes to a secret place where his father was, and this was a strange thing. Because his father died because of cancer a few years ago, and the truth is he survived because of some reason. He was working for his company secretly and his son doesn't like this. Here, he tells his father about his stepbrother Danny. Later, Danny goes to meet his stepsister, but she mixes something in his tea and he gets faint because of it. In the next scene, he awakes in a hospital where the doctor asks him about Himalayas, where he was moving with his mother, and he tells about the secret city and kung fu. The doctor considers him insane after hearing this, and Danny was allowed to make a call. Now because he only has that Chinese girl's number, so he calls her and asks for help. She clearly refuses to help him, and then Danny's stepbrother moves to Colleen and asks her to sign a paper. It was written that Danny warned me to end me, and in return, I'll give you a huge amount for a martial arts school. She refuses for this and she suspects this situation, so she goes to meet Danny. Danny's stepsister also suspects that he is the real Danny, so she sends him a lot of bunties that we eat in childhood. Danny separates brown bunties from them, and it was his childhood habit, and his sister confirms he is real Danny Rand. The doctors also feel he is Danny Rand, but he was still talking about the monsters and secret city. So the doctors don't let him leave because they suspect him. Danny's stepfather was also watching all this through cameras. He feels Danny a danger to his company, so he sends his goons to kidnap him, but he fights with them. He beats them with his kung fu style and defeats them. Then he breaks the hospital door while punching with his iron fist style. He runs from there and moves to Colleen's school and defeats her and carries easily. This makes Colleen happy and she allows him to live here while giving him a few clothes. After it, he goes to meet his stepsister. She gives him a 100 million offer and asks him to live with changed name so that he will not be a danger to company. Danny doesn't like this and meets a lawyer. Because she worked in Rand's company, so Danny knows her and she asks him questions that only Danny knows. She confirms that he is the real Danny when he gives the right answers, and now this lawyer will help Danny, so that Danny will get the company back, and she will bring this in front that he is the real Danny Rand. His stepbrother sets all the clues on fire through his goons that would prove him the real Danny, but Danny gets help from his stepsister, because she has made a thing for him that has Danny's fingerprints, which match with Danny. Finally, it proves that he is the real Danny, and after it, he got half part of the company and he becomes Rand's owner. He was given a great house and office as well. Rand's was a huge company as it does business on a huge level and makes medicines. They earn a lot of money with this business, but Danny doesn't like this. And seeing this situation, he lessens the medicine prices that nobody likes. His stepbrother goes to meet his father. And Danny chases him, but there was security everywhere, so he moves through the window. His brother misunderstood him, so he pushes him and Danny falls down, but when he awakes his stepbrother hugs him. Then he takes him to the secret place where their father was, and Danny asks, "How did you revive?" He says, "Hand revived me." He is a leader of many dangerous ninjas. He traded my cancer and took my sincerity in return while blackmailing me. There is a Chinese lady with him named Madame Gao, and he requests him to fight with the hand and save everyone. Save your company as well. The next day he was with his sister but doesn't tell her anything about their father. A few goons attack them when they were leaving and try to kidnap his sister, but Danny competes with them bravely. They were fighting with him with a weapon like an axe, but even then they can't resist in front of Danny. He ends them one by one and saves his sister to be kidnapped, and they go to Colleen to discover the Madame Gao. As she was Chinese, so maybe Colleen knows her, and this becomes true, and Colleen tells them about a Chinese hotel. And Danny goes to talk to the owner, and he tells, "We cracked a deal with the Rand Company. But your sister broke the deal, and deal with someone else means she deceived us." They become silent when Danny tells them about the hand and they leave. Later, they send a parcel to Danny in which there was a drug made by hand and a logo along with it. It was a logo of Iron Fist's dragon, and the same logo was on Danny's chest. The difference was it was without wings. After it, Madame Gao, who has become advanced in this drug business along with hand. Now no one will have to use powder or injection to take drugs, just past a sticker to take drugs.